से नो आसले केमती हो मो माइंड रे पळेबो ना. Good afternoon. Let's start the session today. Fine. Okay. So to start with, the first topic that we will take for discussion is about the office of profit. Okay. It is a topic in the polity section. Okay. So Ramesh Bais was transferred as governor of Maharashtra recently has left the Rajbhavan in Ranchi, Jharkhand, without making public the election commission's opinion. No, whether Chief Minister Hemant Soren would be disqualified for allegedly allocating a mining lease to himself when he was the mining and forest minister of Jharkhand. Very pertinent question. The governor sat on the election commission's opinion for more than 5 months from August 2022. Conduct that two former chief election commissioners of India described as being unfair, unethical, and unprecedented. Which one? The order of the minister when you are the that mining minister to get the mining lease in his own name. It is widely believed that the election commission has recommended Soren's disqualification, which, if acted upon by the governor, would have led to immediate political instability in Jharkhand. The election commission communication to the governor is confidential. Fine. So, on this particular issue, the governor asked the election commission what action should be taken on the chief minister, and the election commission recommended this as this particular contract or the allocation order by Hemant Soren to himself as the minister is unfair, unethical, and unprecedented. So, in case acted upon that, so he might have been disqualified on the office of profit, because when he is occupying one constitutional office, he should not get any other office of profit from, or any occupied any other things from where he will get any profit from the government sources. It is now up to the new governor of Jharkhand, P.C. Radhakishan, to act on the issued opinion. Okay, what are the allegations against the chief minister? At a press conference held in February 2022, Raghuveer Das released documents based on which he accused the chief minister of misusing his post to get in principle approval for a stone quarrying lease in his name. Das alleged that mining department records show that Soren, who held the mining portfolio at that time, approved the lease to himself in 2021 in violation of the provisions of the Representation of People Act 1951 and the Prevention of Corruption Act 1988. Okay. So, based on this, as the opposition mounted pressure on the chief minister, a PIL was filed in the Jharkhand High Court seeking his prosecution. After the court described the allegation as serious and asked for a response, the government admitted on the April 8 that it has committed a mistake and that the chief minister had dissociated himself from the it subsequently on 11th February 2022 by surrendering the lease. Okay, the chief minister surrendered the lease allocated to him by himself. So, under what law was the matter referred to the Election Commission? Article 191 and 192 of the Constitution deal with disqualification for membership of a state legislative assembly or council and decision on question as to disqualification of members respectively under Article 191 and 192. These two articles can be used to disqualify a member from the state legislative assembly or the state legislative council. Article 191 and 192. Fine. Article 191 says that a person shall be disqualified for being chosen as and for being a member of a state house if he holds any office of profit under the government of India or the government of any state other than an office declared by the legislature not to be disqualified its holder. Article 191A in case of state. Article 192(1) state that if any questions arises as to whether a member has become subject to disqualification, the question shall be referred to the decision of the governor and his decision. Okay. obtain the opinion of the election commission and shall act according to such opinion. Before giving any decision on such question, the governor shall obtain the opinion of the election commission and shall according to such opinion, because the governor will be giving the order for disqualification of the chief minister or the minister, and in that case he must refer it to the election commission, and after getting the opinion of the election commission he can issue the order for disqualification. Okay, so this is about the provisions of Article 192(1) and 192(2) of the Constitution. Fine. Section 9A, disqualification for government contract, etc. of the Representative People Act 1951 states a person shall be disqualified if or for so long as there subsists a contract entered into by him in the course of his trade or business with the appropriate government for supply of goods to or for the execution of any work undertaken by the government. Acting on the petition by the opposition leader, the governor referred the matter to the election commission in April 8th. And on May 2nd, the EC issued notice to the sworn seeking its response to the complaint that he has prima facie violated Section 9A of the Representation of People Act. What did the EC say in this opinion? Election Commission sent its opinion to the governor in a sealed envelope on 25th August 2022. Its opinion is not in the public domain. The EC has said its communication with the governor is privileged. Sources have claimed that EC disqualified Soren from membership of the Jharkhand House. However, despite repeated demands by the Chief Minister and his party as well as by other parties in the state, the governor declined to make the EC opinion public or to act on it. Meanwhile, the Jharkhand High Court has ruled that the PIL seeking to probe against Soren for alleged money laundering through shell companies and donation obtaining the mining lease was maintainable. Okay, the PIL will be maintained. So Soren appealed, and on November 7th, the Supreme Court set aside the order of the High Court saying that for a High Court to take cognizance of the matter on generalized submission which do not even make prima facie satisfaction of the court, nothing but an abuse of the process of the court. Okay, the power of the court. The former Attorney General of India, who represented Soren, has submitted before the High Court that even the son of the CM or CM himself was not debarred from owning a mine. So provisions is there that the chief minister and his son can own a mine, but the issue is that the mining contract was given to them, and the order was signed by himself when he was in office. Okay, so that is why the objection was raised. But the election commission, which has recommended, its recommendation was sent to the governor, and the governor has kept that under sealed cover without disclosing its content, neither to the public nor taking any action against the chief minister. So, and before that, so he has been replaced, and the new governor may get the scope to get that order and implement it if he wish it. Is the governor bound to act in accordance with the opinion? Article 192 says that the governor shall act according to the issue opinion. However, it does not lay any time frame for the governor to act. Governor Bass has told in late October 2020 that he has sought a second opinion in the matter. Therefore, Soren had written the issue asking if this was true, and if so, to make the governor request public. In response, the issue clarified that it has received no such request. The delay in action by the governor does not have any precedent. The governor has to sign off on the issue's opinion. They cannot disagree. So, this open the scope for the discretion of the governor that within what time frame he can implement what recommendation the court has sent to him as per his request or opinion from the election commission. After the election commission opinion, various delegation met with the governor and urged him to clear the air and disclose the election commission view on the CM's eligibility to continue as MLA. One of the memorandum accused the governor's office of selectively leaking information to the media, which is said has created a state of chaos, confusion and uncertainty which vitiate the administration and the governance of the state. On September 5th, at a special session of the State Assembly, the Chief Minister won a trust vote with 48 MLA in the 82-member House, with the BJP and the AJSU boycotting the proceeding. Soren gave a speech accusing the opposition of trying to bring down his government and attack the governor for not coming clean on the election commission's recommendation. Fine. That means if the governor has a clear-cut order of disqualification of the chief minister, so why he is delaying the process and why he is holding up the file without making it public or open or recommending for any step on that. Okay, that is the biggest concern. Fine. Then the next topic is the draft Geo Heritage Site and Geo Relic Preservation and Maintenance Bill 2022. A draft bill aimed at protecting India's geological heritage that includes fossils, sedimentary rocks, natural structures, has raised alarm in India's geoscience and paleontology community. The bill is aimed at protecting India's geological heritage that includes fossils, sedimentary rocks, and natural structures. In 2009 also, the government has come up with the National Heritage Site Commission Bill, acting on the insistence of the geologists. For years, the bill was sent to various committee and ministry for consultation before being dropped in 2016. Okay, and what are the provisions of the Geo Heritage Bill, the recent draft bill? India's rich geological monument that capture the Earth's simultaneous evolving history in the form of rocks, sediments, and fossils are at the grave risk of being wiped out, experts have said, highlighting the need for a law to protect these from erosion. Thus, the government has put out a draft bill for the preservation and maintenance of India's geological heritage sites and relics. The draft Geo Heritage Site and Geo Relic Bill 2022, published for public consultation by the Ministry of Mines on 15 December, aims to protect and preserve these sites for geological studies, education, research, and for future generation, as it is a non-renewable asset. Fine. The draft Heritage Site and Geo-Relic Bill 2022 aim to be law for the protection, preservation, and maintenance of geo-heritage site containing geo-relics and phenomenon, stratigraphic type section, geological structures, and geomorphic landform of national and international interest. Geological Survey of India I declared 32 geo-heritage site National Geological Monument for protection and maintenance. The bill prohibits construction, repair, or innovation of any building in the area. As a signatory to the UNESCO Convention on Protection of the World Cultural and Natural Heritage, India is required to have a law on the same, including on geo-heritage. Examples of India's geo-heritage are everywhere. The subcontinent's collision with Eurasia over 50 million years ago, which back to Himalayas, is considered among the most significant geological phenomena in its history. India also has one of the largest dinosaur fossil reserves in the world, found in Gujarat and Madhya Pradesh, as well as remnants of the oldest life forms called stromatolites in Rajasthan and Madhya Pradesh. Caves and natural rock sculptures are also georelics of value. Geology has never been a part of India's public consciousness the way wildlife or forests have been. If we look at old colonial maps, everything without forest or tree cover was considered a wasteland, and that idea perpetuates today. The idea that landscape have an intrinsic value is missing. The bill is an attempt to restore balance to an area of history that is often neglected, recognizing that geoheritage sites deserve the same protection as biodiversity. Fine. Like we preserve the biodiversity, similarly, the geoheritage sites are to be protected. The Geological Survey of India has made a list of 32 geoheritage sites in the country, among them volcanogenic minerals in Andhra Pradesh and wood fossil in Tamil Nadu. However, just placing these sites on a list has not assured them protection, according to experts. The proposed bill makes it possible for the Union government to declare geological sites as being of national importance, which could bring it within the ambit of the law. Once declared, respondents have 2 months to air any grievances, following which the government will move to acquire the land or the site to the Land Acquisition Act as a default. The 100 meters around the site are considered prohibited area, and 200 meters around the site is restricted area according to the proposed bill. So no construction and developmental activities will be allowed in the restricted and prohibited areas. Fine. Construction, reconstruction, repair work of the private property and building falling within the prohibited area are not allowed unless explicit permission from the Director General of GSI is secured. The bill also proposes to impose a penalty of up to 5 lakhs or 6 months jail term in case sites are destroyed, removed or defaced. Owners of land who face losses, damage or diminution of property because of the land acquisition shall be paid compensation by the central government and may be determined in such manner as may be prescribed. Fine. The rationale: India is the signatory to the UNESCO Convention concerning the protection of the World Cultural and Natural Heritage, adopted in 1972, which recognizes it has a duty of ensuring the identification, protection, conservation, preservation, and transmission of future generations of the cultural and natural heritage situations sites in the country. Okay. So the new proposed bill gives the Union government power to denotify geoheritage sites if it is believed they are ceased to be of national importance without public consultation. This is the limitation. This has, however, raised the concern of the geologists that government may declare any site from the list. Okay, and this is a big concern raised by the geologist. The question that has been raised is how can a geological monument cease to be of importance? This opened the door to exploit these monuments for other purpose like mining. The GSI is not so in the lucrative purpose of mining. Government may declare a particular geological site as uh, no more valid, so may withdraw its permission and allow the scope for mining there. The GSI is not equipped to handle the task. Okay. So, the GSI is not equipped to handle the task of geo-heritage conservation as it is primarily a research body that works on various missions. GSI has never done this kind of work. The Archaeological Survey of India is more experienced in this conservation, preservation and restoration of artifacts, and they have been doing it for geo-heritage monuments with the help of the geologists. The bill should allow for this possibility. Others have opined out that the bill does not make provisions for monuments in areas under the Panchayat extension of the Scheduled Area Act 1996, which give these regions special governance mechanism and special rights over land. The most concerning aspect of the bill is the lack of decentralization in its operationalization. Demand of GSI and other experts. The bill must include collaboration with other departments and give some power to the state government as well. At present, most geo-heritage monuments are being looked after by the state departments and very few by the GSI. This must be acknowledged in order to bring the facts to notice that. Okay, so this is what, so this bill may provide the scope to the government. Okay, that the government may delete a particular site from this geological heritage site and may allow for mining activity over there. In the rapid requirement of mining development, government may take the discussion. Okay, and this may be very very harmful. Okay, to the sites in case government plan to delete them for allowing mining activity there in its desire for extending mining activity. Okay, the next topic is the Marburg virus outbreak. Equatorial Guinea has confined its first ever outbreak, the Marburg uh, virus disease, following the death of at least 9 people in the Kainet province. The country's health minister said recently. The World WHO confirmed that outbreak in the small Western African country. Further investigations are going on. Advanced teams have been deployed in the affected district to trace contacts, isolate and provide medical care to people showing symptoms of the disease. According to WHO, so far 9 deaths and 16 suspected cases have been reported. Symptoms so far have included fever, fatigue, as well as blood, strain, vomit and diarrhea. Okay. So how deadly this Marburg virus? The Marburg virus is part of the so-called filovirus family that also includes the Ebola virus, which have wreaked havoc in several previous outbreaks in the African continent. It is a highly dangerous pathogen that causes severe fever that often include bleeding. The virus frequently targets several organs and reduces the body's ability to function on its own. There are no authorized vaccines or drugs to treat Marburg, but rehydration treatment to alleviate symptoms can improve the chance of survival. Depending on the strain and case management, the fatality rates for the virus range from 24% to 88%. During an outbreak in Angola in 2004, the virus killed 90% of the 252 people who were infected. In Ghana in 2020, two people died of the Marburg. What is the called Marburg virus? The rare virus was first identified in 1967 after it caused simultaneous outbreak of disease in laboratories in Marburg, Germany and Belgrade, Siberia. Seven people died who were exposed to the virus while conducting research on monkeys. The natural carrier of the Marburg virus is the African fruit bat, which carried the virus but does not fall sick from it. But the mammal can pass the virus to primates in close proximity, including humans. Human to human transmission then occurs through contact with blood or other bodily fluids. Then the next is the TARK, an ongoing Indo-US joint exercise named TARK has for the first time include chemical, biological, and radiological and nuclear terror response on its drill. Currently being held in Chennai, Tamil Nadu, TARK is a joint exercise by the National Security Guard of India and the US Special Operation Forces (SOF) of USA. India and USA joint operation. The new drill has been made part of the exercise in the backdrop of the Russia-Ukraine war. In 2022, Russia accused Ukraine of orchestrating a chemical attack in Kharkiv, to blame Russia and receiving aid from the Western countries. So it is allegation by Russia that Ukraine itself orchestrated a chemical attack on the Kharkiv, and to blame the Russia for this incident and get Western support on this particular issue. How are the NSG and the SOF preparing for the CBRN terror response? The drill for the CBRN terror response involves small team insertion by Indian Air Force helicopters to the target area, successful intervention in a large auditorium, rescue of hostage and neutralization of the chemical agent weapons. The exercise also included drill for tactical, chemical and biological attack by the terrorist. The mock validation exercise involved a terrorist organization armed with chemical agents threatening to attack a convention hall during an international summit. The objective of the joint exercise by the National Security Guard and the US SOF team was to rapidly neutralize the terrorists, rescue the hostages safely, and deactivate the chemical weapons being carried by the terrorists. What are the CBRN weapons? CBRN weapons have the capacity of creating mass casualty as well as mass disruption, and therefore are classified as weapons of mass destruction according to 2005 study. The range of these weapons is quite extensive. Chemical weapons include mustard gas, which damage the respiratory tract, skin and eye. Nerves agents, victim rapidly become unconscious, have breathing difficulties and may die. Biological agents like anthrax cause fever, malaise, a cough and shock. Death can be within 36 hours. Botulinum toxin leads to paralysis of respiratory muscles. And plague are some examples of biochemical weapons. Radiological weapons includes weaponized radioactive waste and dirty bombs as well as nuclear weapons. These dirty bombs came to news recently when Russia threatened to use dirty bomb on Ukraine. Over the years, they have been used by several countries and terrorist organizations. The first instance of any CBRN weapon being used in modern warfare can be traced back to the World War I. The French forces during the first month of the war deployed tear gas grenades that they had developed in 1912 for Polish use. Later, Germany in October 2014 had cell containing dicyanide chlorosulfide, a long irritating, and British Army the nerve chaplain in France. After the war ended, countries came together to sign the protocol for the prohibition of the use of war obfuscating poisonous and other gases and of bacteriological methods of warfare, also known as the Geneva Protocol, on June 2025 at Geneva. The treaty prohibited the use of obfuscating poisonous or other gases and of all analogous liquids, materials or devices and bacteriological methods of warfare. It entered into force on February 8, 1928. However, in the following years, numerous countries violated the treaty. For instance, Italy used mustard gas bomb in Ethiopia to destroy Emperor Haile Selassie's army in 1936. During World War II, okay, Nazi Germany used poisonous gas to kill prisoners in concentration camp. The American used napalm and herbicide agent orange during the Vietnam War. Then in 1980s, Iraq used chemical weapons against the Iran and Iraq's Kurdish minority during the Iran-Iraq War. The use of chemical weapons by Iraq was later confined by the United Nations. Most recently, the use of CBRN weapons came in the form of sarin gas attack carried out by the Syrian army in 2013 against the civilian during the Syrian civil war situation against Assad regime in Syria. The next is the Atal Bhujal Yojna. The Minister of State for Jal Shakti, Sri Visheshwar Tudu, gave information about the Yojana in a written reply in Rajya Sabha. Okay. So the Minister of State for Jal Shakti, Sri Visheshwar Tudu, gave information about the Yojana in a written to Rajya Sabha to bring in behavioral change in the community from the prevailing attitude of consumption to conservation of smart water management, creation of awareness among the general public about the program objective, creation of an enabling environment for scheme implemented at various levels through information, education and communication. Fine. The thrust of the campaign is at the Gram Panchayat level where communication tools such as Nukkad Natak, a street play, audiovisual clips while writing, display boards, pamphlets, and cable TV are being extensively used. Central sector scheme started in 2020 in 8,220 water stress Gram Panchayat of 229 administrative blocks, taluka in 80 districts of 7 states, Gujarat, Haryana, Karnataka, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Rajasthan, and Uttar Pradesh, the 5-year period 2020-2025. Intervention includes water security plans. The sustainability of the drinking water sources are to be given utmost priority while taking up intervention under the scheme. Further, since incentive money is an unified fund, it can be used for undertaking pilot projects in any of the Atal Gram Yojana Gram Panchayat in order to sustain groundwater. Since community are at the forefront of the scheme, importance of the capacity building of the community are also emphasized. One of the main challenges was low convergence of the state as compared to what was expected. So state have low convergence. Okay. So although this mission is very important because the next issue facing the community about the water, but the state response is very less. So that is a discouraging thing, because unless we are not taking proper action right now, it will be too late for us to take up. Okay, and to save the water. Fine, especially the drinking water. Fine. Then the Millet International Initiative for Research and Awareness. Okay, so this is a Government of India initiative. India plans to propose a global initiative called the MIIRA, or Millet International Initiative for Research and Awareness for global coordination of millet research program. The millet research program will coordinate millet research program at the international level. India's plan to launch MIIRA is in line with the United Nations declaring 2023 as International Year of Millets. For MIIRA to take off, India will contribute the seed money, while each G20 members will later have to contribute to its budget in the form of membership fee. And research will be on this millet. The Indian Institute of Millet Research in Hyderabad will be supported at the Center of Excellence for sharing best practices, research and technology at the international level. MIIRA Secretariat will be in Delhi. These are small grain cereals that require less water and rice than rice and wheat, and are mainly grown in rain-fed areas. Major millet crops are sorghum, pearl millet, foxtail millet, and finger millet. Okay, according to the Ministry of Agriculture, bajra, jawar, and ragi accounts for nearly 7% of the gross crop area in India, making millet the nutri cereals. India is the largest producer of millet in the world. It accounts for 20% of global production and 80% of the SS production. India, Nigeria, and China are the three largest producers of millet in the world, accounting for more than 55% of the global production. Steps taken towards promoting millets. The Department of Agriculture and Farmer Welfare and the My Government platform has launched various competitions to raise awareness of the benefit of millets. In 2018, the Ministry of Agriculture declared millet and two pseudo millets, buckwheat and amarnath, as nutri cereals for the high nutrition value. So that means 2023, being a year of millet on Indian institutions, has opened a wide scope for the entire community to promote millet from India as a food for the global community, healthy food for the global community. Then come to the question: give the given the volatility in the Indian share market, there is a need for robust mechanism for protection of investors' interest. In this context, analyze the role of SEBI to do. Do you think there is a need to reform SEBI in its present mandate? The Securities and Exchange Board of India was initially established as a non-statutory body in 1992. It was declared an autonomous body with statutory powers. SEBI has been established with the prime mandate to protect the interest of investors in securities. It is also mandated to promote the development of and to regulate the security market. SEBI's role in the stock market is important to investors and other market intermediaries. It ensures that the three most important financial market players are taken care of. So, what the role of SEBI? Investor protection, building investor capacity. SEBI aims at building the capacity of investors through education and awareness to enable an investor to take informed investment decision. So, he can invest after being informed about the options available for investment. Right. For this, SEBI has been organizing investor education and awareness workshop directly and through investor association and market participants. Disclosure-based regulatory regime. SEBI has adopted a disclosure-based regulatory regime. Under this framework, issuers and intermediaries disclose relevant details about themselves, the products, the market, and the regulations, so that investors can take informed investment decisions based on such disclosures. Then redressal of grievances. SEBI has a comprehensive mechanism to facilitate the redressal of investors' grievances against intermediaries and listed companies. The Stock Exchange of Investor Protection Fund to compensate investors when a broker is declared a defaulter. Then security issues. These entities get listed on the stock exchange and raise fund by issuing shares. The SEBI makes sure that the initial public offering and post public offer take place transparently. The financial sector intermediaries, These intermediaries between the issues and the investors in the stock market make financial transactions safe and smooth. SEBI take charge of the activity of the stock market intermediaries. Fine. Need for reforming the SEBI's present mandate, enforcement process, the statutory power of SEBI are, are at par with the civil code. However, only making regulations and giving order is not enough. SEBI need to strengthen its surveillance and enforcement function so that violations do not go unnoticed by the small or large. So, matching up to the global standard, capital market are growing, and the size of SEBI as compared to security market is not sufficient to properly regulate the capital market. Like its peer regulator like the US and UK, it needs to establish self-regulatory organizations. Talent pool and market intelligence, SEBI needs to increase its human resources in both quality and quantity. It needs to significantly improve its market intelligence, technology, and talent pool in order to improve its performance. Lack of accountability. The executive should provide guidelines on how long SEBI can take with its investigation before passing the order. The lack of accountability on its front and the fact that there is no concept of the performance appraisal for SEBI members have led to many problems. Measuring the efficiency of regulations, Financial Sector Legislative Reforms Commission FSLRC recommended that SEBI must publish a performance report which incorporates global best practices system for measuring the efficiency of the regulatory system. SEBI has taken a number of steps in the last few years to reform the Indian capital market in such a small time. SEBI has earned its respect and place in the capital market. However, there are various problems and challenges in front of it that it needs to overcome. As the Indian financial market are deeply segmented, a unified financial regulator makes eminent sense in the present scenario. So that means, so this needs a lot of review before proper guidelines are issued and regulatory mechanism are put in place to control the situation. Okay, then coming to the MCQs, with reference to Atal Bhujal Yojna, consider the following statement. Option A, it is a central sector scheme by the Ministry of Jal Shakti. Fine. Among other things, it also impart training in groundwater management to farmers and Gram Panchayat level. Incorrect because it is drinking water, so no need a farmer. We implemented in all the states, only the water stress areas, so only one is correct. 2 and 3 are incorrect. With reference to the Tarak exercise, consider the following. The first of its kind military exercise in the world that has included chemical, biological, radiological, nuclear terror response. Joint exercise Indian National Security Guard, US Special Operation Group. In this case, so which is not correct. Okay, so it is not first of its kind. Although two is correct, one is incorrect. So right answer is A. One is incorrect. Then with reference to Marburg virus, it is the same family as the virus that causes Ebola virus disease. That's right. And there is no vaccine of antiviral treatment approved to treat this virus. The both 1 and 2 are correct. The reference to Geneva Protocol on 2025 of the chemical weapons, which was in news recently, it was a protocol for the prohibition and use of war chemicals. The treaty came into force in 1928. Since then, there is no instance of violation of the treaty. It has been violated many times. So one is correct and two is incorrect. Okay. During World War One, World War Two, recently in Syria. So this treaty is violated. Consider the following statement with regard to draft geo heritage site and geo relics Preservation Maintenance Bill 2022. For the first time since independence, the Union government has prepared a draft bill on the preservation, protection, and maintenance of geo-heritage sites. The new proposed bill gives the Union government power to denotify geographical sites if it believes that they have ceased to be of national importance. So in this case, so which is not correct. Okay. So two each correct. So one is not correct. Okay. So answer will be A. One. Consider the following statement. The Parliament Prevention Disqualification Act 1959 exempts several posts from disqualification on the ground of officer profit. The above mentioned act was amended 5 times. The term officer profit is well defined in the Constitution of India. Fine. Here 1 and 2 are correct, but 3 is not correct. Okay. Uh, AX2 is SpaceX is emission by the SpaceX of USA, the private agency of USA. Then the Bioproduct named as bio amendment from biomining soil has been developed by the Center for Environmental Studies of Anna University. Could be used to, okay, increase green cover. So see the right answer. Brew Riang Refugee Agreement recently signed between which of the following states? Union Government, Government of Tripura, Government of Mizoram. It is a tripartite agreement between the Government of India, the Government of Tripura, and the Government of Mizoram, because the Brew tribes, so they are living in both these states. Fine. The approach to agriculture and processed food products export development authority consider the following. It works under the Minister of Commerce and Trade. It is a statutory body. So both are correct for this. This ends your today's current affairs discussion. So keep watching every day to update yourself. Thank you.